Brought to you by the new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter. Chargers, Chiefs. Chargers, Chiefs. Chargers, Chiefs. Top 6 cards in the deck. Mahomes, Keenan Allen, Travis Kelce, Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert, Isaiah Pacheco. Let's put the foot massager on. Let's give our feet a squeeze while we make 150 lineups for this here mini-max. We got to learn how to beat these 150s on the smallest level first. It's about the same amount of competition. This way we know how to win this fucking milli. Or half a milli this fucking week, stupid DraftKings cunts. Anyway, we got it down here. KC, LAC, let's do this. Top 6 cards in the deck. Patrick Mahomes completed 30 of 40 passes for 306 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception in the Chiefs' win over the Broncos on Thursday night. He also rushed 6 times for 31 yards. The Chiefs' final point total was notably below expectations against the Broncos' defense that had essentially been the league's worst through 5 weeks. But Mahomes still largely kept fantasy managers happy with his second 300-yard game of the season. Mahomes also extended his season-opening streak of at least 1 touchdown pass to 6 games, hitting Kadarius Toney from 3 yards out late in the second quarter. Mahomes connected with 8 different pass catches overall, with Travis Kelce leading the way with a 9-1-24 line, while rookie Rashee Rice, 472 on 4 targets, and Mahomes also continuing to display solid chemistry. Mahomes heads into a Week 7 divisional battle against the Chargers on Sunday with an 11-5 ratio and 1,593 passing yards over 6 games. Toney, Kelce, and Rice. Kadarius Toney is on the board. Rashee Rice is on the board. And Travis Kelce. Keenan Allen. Holding 7 receptions on 11 targets for 85 yards and a touchdown in Monday's loss to the Cowboys. Allen continued his dominant start to the campaign out of the Chargers bye week, recording his 42nd reception and scoring his 4th touchdown in just 5 games this season. The 31-year-old appeared to have lost a step after a down year in 2022, but he put an end to talk surrounding his decline with a current pace that projects new career bests in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Allen will continue to operate as Justin Herbert's top receiving option against the Chiefs this Sunday. Herbert. Justin Herbert is on the board. Travis Kelce secured all 9 targets for 124 yards in the Chiefs' win over the Broncos on Thursday night. As expected, Kelce fought through an ankle issue after also having done up so in the second half of the Chiefs' Week 5 win over the Vikings on Sunday. In the process, the perennial All-Pro led the team in receptions, receiving yards, and targets with game-high figures. Kelce left no doubt about his readiness early on in Keith's first possession, recording 5- and 6-yard gains on Pat Mahomes' first 2-yard pass attempts. Kelce's yardage figure was almost a season high, and he'll now have extra time to recover ahead of a Week 7 home divisional clash against the Chargers on Sunday. Wait, did it say anything about Mahomes in there? Yeah, Mahomes. It said something. Pat Mahomes is on the board. Austin Eckler. Fucking torpedoed my fucking lineups. Eckler rushed 14 times for 27 shit yards and caught 4 of 6 targets for 35 yards in Monday's loss to the Cowboys. Eckler made his much anticipated return from a high ankle sprain he suffered back in Week 1, reclaiming his role atop the Chargers' running back depth chart. The electric back didn't have his usual burst after coming back from a lower body injury, averaging just 1.9 yards per attempt against Dallas. It wasn't the triumphant return managers were hoping to get from their top talent, but a healthy 4 quarters with a full dose of touches should be considered a success. Eckler appears to have escaped Monday's loss no worse for wear, putting the Fantasy Star on track to be available for Sunday's divisional matchup against the Chiefs. He sucked my ass. Sucked. Justin Herbert completed 22 of 37 pass attempts for 227 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, while adding 20 rushing yards on 6 carries in Monday's loss to Dallas. Herbert dealt with the Cowboys' vaunted pass rush well up until the Chargers' final drive, when he was sacked by Micah Parsons before promptly throwing an interception to Stephon Gilmore on the ensuing play. On a positive note, the quarterback's game was not limited by the fractured finger on his non-throwing hand suffered in last week's win over Las Vegas. Are you sure? Herbert even absorbed solid contact on a couple of his 6 rushing attempts, confirming that the rest of his 6'6" frame was in working order. Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs are on tap for Herbert and company Week 7, a matchup featuring 2 of the premier arm talents in the league. That's 2 for Mahomes. Who doesn't love them some goddamn Pat Mahomes? Isaiah Pacheco rushed 16 times for 62 yards and brought in all 6 targets for 36 yards in the Chiefs' win over the Broncos on Thursday night. Pacheco is once again the unquestioned lead back for the Chiefs on the night and encouragingly recorded a career-high number of receptions alongside his solid rushing total. The hard-charging second-year back's development as a receiver has helped round out his fantasy profile in the early going this season, and he now has multiple catches in 4 of 6 games. Pacheco has had at least 15 carries in 4 consecutive contests, heading into a Week 7 home matchup against the Chargers on Sunday. Round out his fantasy profile. Multiple catches, 15 carries, 4 consecutive. Right, this guy's a beast. Pacheco's a beast. Now to the bottom of the deck. Let's see what we got here. Maurice Washington waived on Thursday. Fuck off. Remigio Powell, Camp Moya, Vanette, Prince, the Bushman, the Patterson. You're looking for stories. P. Ryan, Winchester, Coda, Bynum, Arias, Prince, James, Williams, Smart, Bell, Ross. There we are. Justin Ross wasn't targeted during Thursday's victory over the Broncos. Great. Ross continues to see minimal reps, finishing 6th among receivers Thursday with just 10 offensive snaps. The Kansas City staff seems content rolling deep in the wide receiver room with constant rotations. So it seems unlikely anyone not named Travis Kelce will regularly garner enough targets to share to warrant a look in most fantasy formats at this point. And Ross seems firmly near the bottom of the pecking order. That's 2 for Kelce. Bloody Justin fucking Ross. Keelan Doss. Practice squad. Stay there. Enjoy yourself. Earl Dotson. Inactive for Monday night's game against the Cowboys. All right, old news. Darius Davis went without a target while playing 2 of the Chargers' 73 snaps on offense in Monday night's loss to the Cowboys. In the Chargers' previous game, Week 4 versus the Raiders, Davis logged 12 snaps and recorded 2 catches for 16 yards. But he saw his already limited playing time take a hit coming out of the team's bye week. He finished 5th among Chargers receivers in snaps Monday, with practice squad call-up Keelan Doss finishing ahead of him. Even with Mike Williams out for the season, Davis doesn't look as though he'll be much more than a depth option at receiver, though the 4th-round rookie out of TCU could maintain his role as the Chargers' top return man. Oddly enough, there was a mention of Keelan Doss, which means I now have to go read about goddamn Keelan Doss. In his second appearance of the 2023 campaign, Doss played 10 offensive snaps but failed to draw a target. The Chargers will be able to burn one more standard elevation on Doss before they have to sign him to the active roster for him to be eligible to suit up. Right. Means nothing. It's garbage. Garbage fucking news. Holy shit. Meet Cole Hardman. When asked Friday about Hardman's chances of suiting up Sunday against the Chargers, Coach Andy Reid said, "We'll see," but he's going in that direction. Hardman was acquired via trade from the Jets on Wednesday. He spent his first 4 seasons of his career in Kansas City, eclipsing 500 yards in 3 of them. So he likely doesn't need much time to relearn the playbook. While the speedster can get a chance to shine right away against the Chargers' defense, that's allowing a league-high 228 receiving yards per game to wide receivers. Hardman would likely have a limited role Sunday, if he's given the green light to play. Chargers D on the board. Noah Gray reeled in both of his targets for 14 yards during Thursday's victory against the Broncos. While Gray is seizing a decent number of snaps consistently, it's simply the case among targets not named Travis Kelce in the passing attack that the looks are going to be widely distributed. Gray has no more than 3 targets in a contest since the season opener, and there's little reason to expect any change on that front as long as Kelce is available. Kelce, Kelce, Kelce. Another one for Kelce. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 2 carries for 7 yards, caught his only target for 9 yards in Thursday's win over the Broncos. Edwards-Helaire and Jerick McKinnon got just 3 touches apiece, while Isaiah Pacheco racked up 98 scrimmage yards on 22 touches. So Edwards-Helaire didn't see enough volume to take advantage of facing Denver's porous run defense. As long as Pacheco's healthy, Edwards-Helaire will remain limited to a handful of snaps and touches per game. So that's a mention for McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon on the board. Isaiah Pacheco on the board. Quentin Johnston did not record a catch on his 2 targets in a 20-17 loss to the Cowboys on Monday. There was hope the Chargers would use their early week 5 bye to assimilate the rookie into the offense with Mike Williams out for the season. But that optimism was quickly erased as the combination of Keenan Allen and Joshua Palmer accounted for 18 of Justin Herbert's 37 pass attempts in Monday's loss. To make matters worse for Johnston's fantasy managers, Austin Ekeler returned to his typical pass-catching role after a multi-game absence and recorded 4 catches on 6 targets for 35 yards, leaving few opportunities for Johnston. The TCU standout's playing time continues to ever so gradually trend up, but the 22-year-old is going to need to actually do something with the increased workload to be worth having active on fantasy rosters. It's Herbert, Ekeler, Allen, Palmer. They're all here. That's 2 for Herbert. Keenan Allen is on the board. Austin Ekeler is on the board. Joshua Palmer is on the board. All these men are on the board. Justin Watson out for Sunday's game against the Chargers. Coach Andy Reid said Wednesday that Watson likely won't have a go to injured reserve, but the wide receiver was never really in contention to suit up Sunday as he failed to practice in any capacity after sustaining an elbow injury in last week's win over Denver. Watson's next chance to suit up will come in a Week 8 rematch. The Broncos. Marquise Valdez scumbag didn't catch his lone target in Thursday's win over the Broncos. Valdez Scantling's only target came on a Pat Mahomes throwaway at the receiver, corralled the ball well past the back of the end zone. While no one has emerged as the clear number 1 option in Kansas City's muddled wide receiver room, Valdez Scantling has been closer to the bottom than the top, with just 7 catches through 6 games and no more than 1 reception in any of the past 4. Mahomes, that's 3. Marquise Valdez, scumbag. Isaiah Spiller carried the ball once for 2 yards in the 2017 loss to the Cowboys. Spiller's lone touch came in the first half as the Chargers predictably shifted back to using Austin Ekeler, now healthy, as the primary option out of the backfield. Joshua Kelly returned to his usual role as the team's backup, meaning Spiller, who saw 3 total offensive snaps Monday, is essentially out of the fantasy picture. That's 2 for Ekeler. It's 1 for Kelly. Kelly. Joshua Kelly carried the ball once for 2 yards and tallied an additional reception for 2 yards in the loss to the Cowboys on Monday. Kelly still played 20 snaps, far more than 3 by third stringer Isaiah Spiller, but the 4th-year back fell back down to his role as a quality backup with Pro Bowler Austin Ekeler finally healthy. Don't expect to see Kelly be a major fantasy contributor moving forward unless Ekeler was to get injured again. Now, why do they say that? It's such morbid shit when you say that. It's 3 for Ekeler. Donald Parham Jr. caught 2 of 3 targets for 19 yards in the loss to the Cowboys on Monday. Parham played 30 offensive snaps despite being a game-time decision due to a wrist injury, and the big-bodied tight end saw the majority of his work during the Chargers' litany of goal-line possessions, very few of which were converted into touchdowns. The fourth-year pro is easily poised to surpass every one of his career highs, but unless he's able to separate from fellow tight end Gerard Everett in terms of playing time, the career best season won't translate into consistent fantasy production. Everett. This fucking guy was the 6th card in a goddamn lineup where I could have won 200 grand. Fuck that one up. Chargers, Chiefs. Here we are at McKinnon. Jarrett McKinnon didn't log any rush attempts and brought in 3 of 5 targets for 20 yards in the Chiefs' win over the Broncos on Thursday night. McKinnon was strictly deployed in his familiar pass-catching role, going without a carry for the first time since Week 1. He tied a season high with his 3 catches and set a new one with his target tally. McKinnon figures to continue in a low upside fantasy role that will likely require him to score multiple touchdowns through the air to truly warrant a starting spot in lineups. He'll next take the field in a Week 7 home matchup against the Chargers on Sunday. McKinnon. He's got to score multiple touchdowns. That's no pressure at all. He's had good games, but low upside fantasy really. Yeah. Sky Moore hauled in 2 of 4 targets for 22 yards during Thursday's victory over Denver. Moore had just 4 catches for 33 yards on 8 targets to his name over the last 3 games, so the second-year wideout doesn't seem to be making much headway in the fantasy realm. There are simply no reliable fantasy wide receivers on the Chiefs on a week-to-week basis with a deep but rather mediocre room rotating in, so Moore can be left on the waiver wire in the vast majority of fantasy formats. Good lord. Ain't no good review. Cameron Dicker converted his lone field goal attempt and his 2 extra point attempts in the loss to the Cowboys on Monday. The Chargers are one of the most aggressive teams in terms of going 4th down, and the team's inefficiencies on offense coupled with the aggressive attitude has capped Dicker's fantasy value despite his consistency. Los Angeles should be poised for another positive offensive day in Week 7's matchup against the Chiefs. Gerald Everett caught 3 of 5 targets for 16 yards and a touchdown, while also rushing once for 2 yards in Monday's loss to the Cowboys. Everett split time with Donald Parham, as they've been all season, after the latter was able to heal from a wrist injury over the team's bye in Week 5. The veteran of the tight end duo had 5 targets to Parham's 3, with each player getting a look in the end zone. Everett has the advantage there as well, bringing his target from 1 yard out for a touchdown in the 4th quarter. That said, there isn't enough volume for Everett in weeks that he doesn't score, so as long as Parham eats into his playing time, and vice versa, that trend should hold in a Week 7 matchup against Kansas City. I don't know what the hell that even means. But the fucking guy was in the winning lineup fucking Monday. 380 grand. Oh, fuck you. Harrison Butker converted all 4 of his field goal attempts and his only extra point try during the Chiefs' win over the Broncos on Thursday night. Butker converted field goals of 52 and 60 yards out during Thursday night's win, and even some of his shorter kicks had to contend with heavy winds. Veteran kicker has been money for the Chiefs all season, and he hasn't missed a conversion on 15 field goal attempts and 14 extra point tries. Butker will work to keep up his momentum. Week 7 against the Chargers. Week 7. Tony, nothing on Tony, huh? Oh, shit. You mean some of these guys have stories? Funky butt loving, really? Because it was a Thursday game. No, I mean, some of these guys shouldn't have shit, right? I mean, these guys didn't fucking play. P. Ryan, he didn't fucking play. Winchester, I ain't gotta worry about these cocksuckers. They got no stats. Blake Bell, did he do anything in that fucking game? Nothing. Fuck him. Blake Bell made somebody fucking six figures. A bunch of fucking people six figures in that first game. And we read all these guys. Let's just make sure. Chiefs, McKinnon, we read more. All right, let's read about Mr. Tony. Kadarius Toney brought in 6 targets for 9 yards and a touchdown, and rushed twice for -5 yards in the Chiefs' win over the Broncos on Thursday night. Toney managed to salvage a night in which he gained all 4 net yards with his 3-yard scoring grab in the second quarter, his first regular season receiving score in a Chiefs uniform. Toney has yet to eclipse 35 receiving yards in a game this season, and has actually now recorded single-digit or 0 yardage on 3 occasions. So despite his role in a prolific offense, he remains a speculative fantasy option for a Week 7 home matchup against the Chargers. Yeah, speculative, but it's good enough for me. Get your captain's chair. Stick, Dugan, Olakun, Gabbert. This guy sucks. Joshua Palmer finished with 4 receptions on 7 targets for 60 yards in Monday's loss to Dallas. Palmer finished second in receiving for the Chargers after being labeled as questionable with a groin injury, popped up in the practice week. The 24-year-old produced solid results similar to the last 2 games after replacing the injured Mike Williams, with the latter done for the season and rookie Quentin Johnston recording 0 catches Monday. Palmer will continue to fill the role as Justin Herbert's number 2 option when the Chargers take on the Chiefs this Sunday. So Quentin Johnston on the board. That's 3 for Herbert. And finally, Rashee Rice brought in all 4 targets for 72 yards in the Chiefs' win over the Broncos on Thursday night. Rice finished second in receiving yards on the night for the Chiefs, with a figure that was also his best over the first 6 games of his career. The speedy rookie has been fairly consistent in passing game that runs first and foremost to Travis Kelce, and often spreads the ball around pretty widely otherwise, recording at least 3 receptions in all but 1 contest and snagging a pair of touchdowns. Rice has logged 5 or more targets on 4 occasions as well, giving him plenty of momentum going into a Week 7 home divisional battle versus the Chargers on Sunday. See anything about Mahomes? Nope, just Kelce. 4 for Kelce, 3 for Mahomes, 4 for Eckler, 3 for Herbert. That's it. Those 4 guys are the only ones that got any kinds of mentions. Everybody else was fucking cream cheese, man. All right, let's do this shit. Do this shit right. Do this shit tight. We got our optimal mode, no 4 stacks. 150 lineups. 150 lineups. All right. We love Pat Mahomes, of course. We adore Pat Mahomes. We like Keenan Allen. We adore Travis Kelce. We like Eckler. We like Herbert. We like Pacheco. Tony, Bucker, Everett. We like any of these other guys? I said Bucker has been money all season. I give that guy a little boost. Mahomes, Chiefs, Chargers, Parham, Kelly, Spiller, Scantling, Johnston, Edwards-Helaire, Darius Davis, Keelan Doss. Ain't said shit about these people. So let's look at some captains. 30 captains, 150 lineups. However, it doesn't mean we take everybody. Nope. 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 Doss, no. Darius, no. 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 Scantling, no. Spiller, no. 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 Chiefs, yes. We could throw that in for one captain. McKinnon, uh, Dicker, no. Tony, yes. Palmer, yes. Rice, yes. Pacheco, yes. Herbert, yes. Eckler, yes. Travis, of course. Keenan Allen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You could do a 1% thing. You get Everett Moore, McKinnon. I mean, if they have a fucking breakout game, you want to be on top of that. It's worth it. It's worth one fucking lineup for each of them. Minimum 1%, maximum 99. Is very nice. Optimize. Here we go. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. All right, it's making the lineups. Have a little poof while we wait. Gotta quit the oil. Smoked that joint earlier. Fucking thing knocked me unconscious. The new life that we need outside of this pot membrane. What will happen? While we're waiting, check out the new Faro's Lamps Kickstarter. They get a new cover image up there. Definitely a new cover image. Don't you hold back. All right. 14 players used. 150 fucking lineups. Look at that shit. Take a look at all these 6 cards. All right, first of all, let's go with the captain, see if they got them all. We get all 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. So, Mahomes, 51%. Captain, 77 lineups. Herbert at 29. Keenan Allen at 25. Kelsey, only 5 captains. Wow, I thought they fucking batter Kelsey all over the place there. Eagler at 4 captains. Butker 2. Chiefs 1. Pacheco 1. Palmer 1. I thought Pacheco would have gotten more captains. Everett 1. McKinnon 1. Sky Moore. Rashee Rice. Kadarius Toney. Let's take a look what they gave us for 6 cards in terms of the flex. Keenan Allen, 111. Wow. He's just everywhere. Herbert, 100 lineups. Johnston, 84. He sucks. Pat Mahomes, 73. Austin Eckler, 49. Travis Kelsey, 48. Pacheco, 46. Noah Gray, 38. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 26. Ross, 26. Butker, 26. 24. Stone fucking Smart. Really? The third string fucking tight end? Palmer, 17. Keelan Doss, 15. Wow. Blake Bell, 15. I could take that. Darius Davis, 14. Marquise Valdez-Scantling, 11. Montrell Washington, 11. That fucking guy gets a... Wait a minute. Montrell Washington, didn't he get released? Waived. His tenure with the Chiefs comes to a relatively prompt end after he was selected in the 5th round of the 2022 draft. In 4 games this season, he's been able to lock... Get the fuck out of here with this guy. Montrez fucking Washington? No. Chiefs, Dicker. Justin Watson's out. Everett McKinnon. Jesus Christ here. Re-optimize that shit. Fucking Montrez fucking Washington. That's who they're putting in these fucking games. Ain't happy. Montrez fucking Washington. Could you imagine that shit? Stone fucking Smart? No. Some of these guys gotta get fucking pulled. Stone fucking Smart. Why the fuck are you putting Stone Smart in a goddamn... well, he's getting some catches, huh? This guy hasn't caught a fucking pass. Get the fuck out of here. Stone fucking Smart. That's who they fucking pitched to me. Stone Smart. Gotta get a new cover image. Gotta spice this up a little bit. Fucking aggravates me. All right, so what we got here? Similar thing going on, I think, with the captains, right? No, Kelsey's only in four captain lineups. Mahomes, Herbert. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, so get my 14 captains back. Guess they did some shifting here. What do we got? Allen, Herbert, Johnston, Mahomes, Butker, Allaire. Okay, so Ross is cool. Palmer. Stone Smart in 19 lineups. I don't like it. I don't want it. Keelan Doss, Blake fucking Bell, Darius Davis, Chiefs D. Yeah. Now somebody's got to go. Stone Smart. Blake Bell I can go with. Stone fucking Smart? No. And Keelan fucking Doss? Get the fuck out of here. This guy ain't playing. No, that's waste of money. That's a waste of fucking money. Darius Davis, this guy doing anything? He gets in the game. He gets in the game. He's been in the end zone, right? Two targets, three attempts. Yeah, the guy runs. So Darius Davis, I'll give you, but get the fuck out of here with fucking Keelan fucking Doss. For 19 fucking lineups and Stone Smart, get the fuck out of here. All right, it's a process. I give you fucking 11 lineups with Scantling. I can forgive that shit. Yeah, optimize. A lot of these lineups you win on the 6 card. You don't just ram the fucking thing in there. I've done that many times and I've lost. It's annoying. It's quite humiliating. Green Bay, Denver, Pittsburgh, Law, Rams. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 games. If these are one. These are 20s, right? No, no, this is a 20, 20, and 20. But then this game is a 150. If we ever see this. Good Lord. All right. It's the world we live in. Gotta stop with the oil. Ahead, we got Green Bay and Denver. Pittsburgh and the Rams. Arizona and Seattle. Me and Phi. I gotta order some shit. I gotta order those. What I gotta do? I gotta get this guy's order in. Yes. Yes. Yes, William. So I have to keep remembering that when you're doing the 150 lineups, you gotta wipe out some of those fucking 6 card guys. Let's try this again, shall we? Do we get our 14 captains? We do. See, it alters a bit, all right, which is fine. Mahomes 73. Let's see. They keep knocking Kelsey down less lineups. Why the fuck do they keep fading Kelsey? They suddenly think the Chargers will learn how to fucking defend him? 43 lineups. Okay, let's see what they've done now. So Butker, Ross, more Allaire, Palmer, Davis, Chiefs D, Blake Bell, Scantling, Dicker, Everett. There's no Noah Gray. Oh, there he is. Okay, 41 fucking lineups he gets into. All right. Let's take a look. For those of you that want to look at 150 lineups, join me. How about Quentin Johnston? Why is Quentin fucking Johnston in so many lineups? He's in 80 fucking lineups. He sucks. What the fuck is wrong with this generator? You're feeding me 80 lineups with fucking Quentin Johnston? 53%. No. No. We gotta fix this shit. They're gonna sit there and tell you that Quentin Johnston's ready for what, a fucking pop-off game? He hasn't done shit. This man's done shit. Why the fuck would you give him such a goddamn... What do you think he's fucking due? This is not good. I guess the problem is because you have the top load of the fucking these four fucking guys. Mahomes, Allen, Kelsey, Eckler, Herbert. So I'm assuming it's the problem of spreading them around. But I'd rather have more Ross and I'd rather have more Gray than fucking Quentin Johnston. No, no, we gotta fix that. They're forcing him into lineups. I don't like it. Let's change that. I'd fucking take him out completely if I could. I mean, you could. Gray, that's not bad. Ross is not bad. Eckler, fucking maximize that fucking guy to 10. Darius Davis, I like. They can throw his ass in there wherever they want. Blake Bell. Look at the occasional fucking game. Let's keep this fucking Scantling bozo to 10%. Dicker is good. Everett, McKinnon, Tony, Charles. Exactly. We want more of those fucking guys. Optimize you, motherfucker. I gotta go a couple of rounds here. Gotta go a couple of rounds. Is it worth it? Only if we win. But I sure as fuck don't want that much Quentin Johnston. I watched. He does nothing. The man does nothing. I'd rather have more Darius fucking Davis. Certain levels of trust you want to give to the optimizer, but not that much. 150s are tough. You must master them to win. This is the night. Here we go. Let's try this all again, huh? We got our captains. Mahomes, Allen. Somehow every time I do another mix, Kelsey gets less fucking lineups. Now he's in 42 of them. Very good. All right, let's have some fun here. They try to get Johnston as many lineups as possible, so I'll fuck with it for now. Palmer, Davis, I like Davis. Blake Bell, Chiefs D. Edwards-Helaire, Scantling, capped them both, good. Dicker, Charges, Kelly. All right, Kelly gets a few, that's fine. Everett, Tony, Sky Moore. All right, let's play. God damn, I am not comfortable with Quentin Johnston lineups. But you know what? If he pops off, then these guys are geniuses. So you got double punts at the bottom for every one of these fucking lineups because you're top loading the four guys up top. I get it. All right. Still Quentin fucking Johnston? I guess he's a six card at this point. He's a punt like the rest of them. All right. The trust we have is the trust we need. Do this shit right, do this shit tight. people. Mhm. Mhm. Boom. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. May fate and faith decide your fortune if you should win. Blow your money on the new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter. Peace, love, and war. All that other shit in between.